Hi, everybody. Good morning. This is Dr. Stephanie, your double board certified critical care physician, and I work with physicians who are struggling with their jobs, burnt out with their careers, or who just want some career advice. Through my books, webinars, coaching, and speaking, I help physicians discover alternative jobs and careers in medicine so that they can practice medicine on their own terms. Happy Friday. My shift starts in about 12 minutes, and so I'm sitting outside the hospital. And I wanted to jump on to Facebook Live to talk about the 4 states where every physician should have a license. That is the 4 states where every physician should have a license. And the reason I want to talk about this is because so many physicians who are getting started in their career, so many physicians who are interested in doing locums always ask me about state licensing and where they should get licensed. So we're going to take a couple of minutes to talk about the 4 states in which you should get a medical license. The first state that you need to get an active medical license in is your current state. Now, this seems a little bit intuitive, but this is what I mean by that. Medical residents and physicians who are doing their fellowship. Hey, Dr. Katrina, thanks for watching. And physicians who are doing their fellowship often have medical training licenses. So if this is you, I would recommend that as soon as you pass step 3 and as soon as you are eligible to get an active medical license in your current state, to go ahead and get that active medical license. And this is for 2 reasons. First of all, if the sooner you get your active medical license, the sooner you can moonlight if your program allows you to moonlight. And also, the quicker you get an active medical license, the quicker you can get a permanent job as an attending physician, because getting a state medical license is the rate limiting step, and oftentimes it takes anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months to 6 months to 9 months, depending on the state in which you were trying to get licensed. So first of all, get a medical license in your current state. The second state in which you should get a medical license is your future state, meaning that if you have any plans to move anywhere else within the next 2 years, go ahead and get a medical license for that state, because the sooner you have that active medical license in hand, the sooner you can work. So a lot of you guys are planning to, let's say, move to somewhere else within the next year or the next 2 years. Well, you need to get that medical license as soon as possible. For my physicians in training, my fellows and my residents, if you plan to move somewhere else after residency, wherever you plan to move, wherever you think you plan to move, you need to get that state medical license ASAP, because like I said, getting that active state medical license is the rate limiting step. So number 1, you need to get a medical license in the state where you're currently located. You need to get a medical license in the state in which you plan to live, so in your future state. The third state in which you need to get an active medical license is your home state. That is the state where you were born, where you were raised, where your parents live, where your family lives. Get an active medical license in that state, just in case something happens and you have to move home for family reasons, or just in case you maybe are visiting family for an extended vacation and you want to do some locums or some moonlighting there. Get an active medical license in that state. Now, I will admit that I did not follow that rule. I have 16 active medical licenses, and I'm from Alabama, and Alabama was state number 15 for me. And my mother kept begging me and kept saying to me, "Oh, I wish you'd get an Alabama license." I never got one, but I finally ended up getting one. And that's just good to have, just in case, locums opportunities pop up in Alabama. So you need to get a medical license in the state you're currently living, the state you plan to live, the state, your home state, or the state where a lot of your family lives. And then the 4th state, or the 4th type of state in which you need to get an active unrestricted medical license, is any state within driving distance of where you're currently living. So any surrounding states. And so a lot of people live in areas in which they are within driving distance to a lot of states. And I'm talking about like 1 or 2 hours driving distance. So get active medical licenses in your surrounding states. They're for the very same reason, so that you can be able to get another job if the need arises quickly, if you so that you can be able to get another locums assignment or moonlighting assignments in those areas. And the reason why I stress this, the 4 types of states in which you need to get a license: current state, home state, future state, and surrounding states, is because getting an active unrestricted medical license is the rate limiting step for physicians finding another job. So the more active licenses you have in hand, the more jobs you can work and the quicker you can work. And always remember this: there's no such thing as a permanent job. So even if you think your job is safe, it's not. Any physician can be let go from any job at any time for any reason. So if you find yourself in that situation, and I have found myself in that situation, I have talked to a lot of physicians who have found themselves in that situation, because medicine is a business, it's an unstable market. Corporate medical groups are losing contracts and getting contracts. Hospitals are merging. Practices are closing, things are getting bought out. There's an active change and restructuring in the workforce, in the medical workforce, and physicians are losing their jobs as a result of these changes. So if you find yourself in a situation, or you think you may be in a situation in which you lose your job unexpectedly, you need to be able to find work quickly. So the way you're able to do that is to plan in advance and to have as many active state medical licenses as you can. But here's the thing: you need to be organized about how you go about getting these licenses. So if you take my advice and make sure you have an active medical license in your current state for my residents and my fellows, your home state, your future state, any state that you think you're going to move to in the next 1 to 2 years, and surrounding states, you will be steps ahead of the game. And make sure that you keep these licenses active at all times, because like I said, you never know when you are going to need them. This is Dr. Stephanie. I hope you found this very helpful. I would like to invite all of my physicians who are doing locums or who are interested in locums to join me at my Locums Doc Summit, which will be held May 16th and 17th in Houston, Texas. So for more information, go to www.thelocumsdocsummit.com, and I will drop the link in the comment section. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, and bye-bye.